Welcome to ConExpo 2026. My name is Jessica Lombardo, and we are going to be bringing you the latest innovations and technologies from Las Vegas this week. On day one of the show, Becky Peck on the For Construction Pros team went out to the festival lot to see Steve Dion with Caterpillar to learn more about their VisionLink technology.
I'm Becky Peck with ForConstructionPros.com, and I'm here today at ConExpo 2026 with Steve Dion of Caterpillar. Steve, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so Steve Dion, I'm a 20-year Caterpillar employee serving a number of roles from sales to digital development to marketing, which has led me to my current role as the marketing manager for our VisionLink portfolio.
So tell us a little bit about what VisionLink is and what it's all about.
Yeah, so VisionLink is our full fleet equipment management platform. We've tried to take the data off of the machine and make it really easy for our customers to understand what's going on with their machines, as well as to give them the actions that they need to take action on the data that's being produced to them. But it's not just about Caterpillar equipment. It really is intended to be an equipment management platform for all of the assets that are coming and going from the job sites, which can include their Caterpillar equipment, other brands of equipment, even some of the small attachments, work tools, power generators, light towers, even our on-highway trucks, all in a single pane of glass where customers can view their assets, manage their assets, and ensure that they have the right product at the right place at the right time.
So this provides a lot of real-time data. What does that mean for customers on the job site? How are they using it day to day?
Real-time data really allows our customers to increase their efficiency, improve their operations, and hopefully improve their profitability. Using this data, they're able to take proactive action on the data that's being presented to them to ensure that they're always improving their uptime, again, having that right product at the right place.
So part of VisionLink is that operators are getting real-time data on some unsafe working conditions and operating conditions.
Yeah.
What does that translate to in the real world for people? What does this mean for them?
So the operators, in addition to the other employees within the platform or the customer's job, are able to see when there are events that need to be addressed immediately. So for safety, as you asked, we are able to monitor in real time any of the safety alerts that are coming off the machines to ensure that both the operator and the people in the office are taking the right actions to curtail that safety incident before it becomes something more serious.
So VisionLink's maintenance and health monitoring tools allow customers to really track down these fault codes. How is that helping them shift from being reactive to proactive?
So by monitoring their fault codes, they can make sure that they're ordering the right parts that they need, they're requesting the right service that they need, and in trying to be proactive in receiving those fault codes so that they can stop something from more seriously damaging the machine before it even happens.
So with fuel burn, idle time, productivity metrics are central to VisionLink. How are customers using these insights to lower their operating costs and improve overall job site efficiency?
So the items that you mentioned, fuel burn, idle time, these are some of the biggest cost prohibitors for our customers. And so by utilizing the data that's coming off the machine to identify where there are excessive idle events, they can work with those operators to ensure that those machines are spending more of their day working and less of their day parked or idling. Fuel is also a big one, making sure that our fuel consumption isn't being overspent, isn't being burned too quickly, leads to chances for us to better work with our operators and coach them on ways that they can better utilize their assets.
So VisionLink supports mixed fleets, as you kind of mentioned before, not just Cat equipment. How is that capability helping customers simplify fleet management?
You know, today we see a variety of ways that our customers are managing their fleets. For some, it's a pen and paper or a whiteboard. For others, it's using multiple digital platforms for them to manage their fleets. We like to talk about the swivel chair, how a lot of customers are having to swivel from one platform to another to manage their entire asset list. VisionLink takes all of that and brings it into a singular pane of glass. So no longer do they have to swivel between different platforms or rely on things like pens and papers and whiteboards. They know that they can trust that VisionLink can help them have all of those assets running across all of their asset types, again, including the construction equipment, the rentals that they might have, even the on-highway trucks that are now a part of that as well.
So what should people be coming to the CAT booth here in Festival Lot to see in terms of the latest technology showcases and VisionLink specifically?
One of the things that we're really excited about for our experience at VisionLink is showing the individual personas at the customer exactly how VisionLink can help them. So whether you're an operator, an equipment manager, a technician, or an owner, there are different ways that VisionLink can really help you. Another really exciting thing here in our Performance Center at the CAT exhibit is demonstrating how VisionLink not only helps with the data off of the machine, but allows us to better unlock the technologies on the machine. So this would include things like our safety portfolio, our grade technology, our payload technology. And so we've been very intentional in how we've built out the site to show that yes, it is very much a full fleet equipment management platform, but it helps connect to the rest of the digital ecosphere and technology ecosphere that CAT has on display.
I think that about wraps it up. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Steve?
No, I just look forward to people coming by and visiting us here at ConExpo 2026. We're so looking forward to sharing with everybody what we've been working really hard on and all the great technologies and digital products that we have to show.
Everybody can see all of this technology here in the Festival Lot.
When you're talking about companies you need to know in the OEM space, Turntide Technologies is at the top of that list. And today we have Steve Horniak, CEO of Turntide, with us. So Steve, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
So this week at ConExpo, Turntide is launching the Axial Flux electric drive unit. Tell me a little bit more about what that means to the industry.
So, I appreciate that. And really what we're doing for the first time is taking a componentized yet integrated approach to allow companies to radically expedite their time to market. So in the past, if you look at bringing a new product to market, particularly in full electrification, but more and more in a hybridization mode, people look at selecting their motor, selecting their inverter, selecting their differential, selecting the gear ratio, gear system, all of those, and all those components ends up taking months to years to do, integrate, test, validate. So what we've done at Turntide is just radically simplified that process by taking components that we already have, our class-leading axial flux motor, our inverters, and then third-party differentials, integrating those in a manner that can bring you to market in a matter of weeks to months versus months to years. So radically simplified that, but we've done it in an incredibly unique manner, in a componentized way where you can highly configure the system to meet your needs, and that also allows ease of maintenance in the future. So as opposed to having a fully encased system where if it breaks or something issues, you got to replace the whole motor, you can actually replace components. So we're super excited about it, and the initial adoption, acceptance, and excitement around it has been off the chart.
And speed to market is extremely important in this industry where adoption is happening very quickly. So explain to me a little bit about the difference between a radial flux and an axial flux EDU.
Sure, so if you think axial flux motors, the technology has been around for a long time. They're called pancake motors. So the best way for me to describe it, if you go into a gym, you take two 35-pound plates and you smush them together, that motor weighs, that's about the same size and same weight as an axial flux motor, but that small package has such incredibly high torque density that it can produce close to 400 horsepower equivalent. So it's a unique way where you're actually rotating and doing the magnetization of the motor in a different manner than radial. It gives you a radically smaller size, up to almost 40% smaller size, radically smaller shape and area that it takes up, over 50% smaller and over density that it takes up, and then gets you well north of 50% more density in that size unit. So it's a very efficient, effective motor, particularly when you are size constrained, and that is what we're seeing today is companies are looking to try to repurpose platforms, leverage existing platforms that they have versus building 100% ground up all the time, so they're limited in the space they have. And that's why you're seeing a massive demand for axial flux motors.
And that's important. So can you explain to me a little bit about where this technology would be used since it's a so much smaller footprint?
Sure. So, in essence, it's anything that moves. I mean, if you look at it, it's things that fly, things that swim, things that go on the ground. So traction motors. Right, so I'm going to move wheels, whether it's on highway, off highway. We're focusing more off highway right now, but we're getting pulled into the on highway market. Things that fly. There's lots of applications in drone and drone-like applications where you need a smaller, compact, lighter motor. and then things are swim, so I'll say swim boats, right? So there's lots of application in boats, particularly with inline hybrid and hybrid diesels, where you can get more power with less motor and consume less fuel and get more range.
Now look back to ConExpo 2023 to ConExpo 2026. That adoption trend that you're seeing, how has that advanced so quickly in these 3 years?
So we're seeing a huge advancement where people are looking at the economics of electrification and not just electrification for electrification purposes. So in other words, I want to do the green part of electrification is green money on my balance sheet P&L versus just green for the environment. While it helps the environment, I got to look at ways of bringing a new product to market that is economically feasible and beneficial to me while being pulled to the market for customers. So with the EF motors, there's such high performance. You're seeing a lot of categories in UTVs and other where they need this high performance motor put in there and need a high efficient motor. You're seeing a lot of adoption, really super trends in hybridization. We're seeing that as just massive market, inline diesel, diesel hybrid, where you can take and radically shrink down the amount of fuel you're using, but radically increase the amount of power you're getting and double, triple, or quadruple the range. So we're seeing a lot of adoption in all of these areas across the market. Unlike just electrifying for electrification purposes, we're seeing efficiency, effectiveness, and speed to market.
So Steve, where can people find you this week at the show, and where can they go to learn more?
So learn more, come see us at turntide.com. Very easy to find us on there. Come see us at the show. You can look us up for our booth location or get a hold of me on LinkedIn, Steve Horniak, and be more than happy to follow up with you.
Great. Well, Steve, thanks for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Caterpillar is unveiling several new machines this week, and we're going out to the festival a lot now with product specialist Brian Stelbrink, who will talk more about the brand new 319 excavator.
Hello, my name is Brian Stelbrink. I'm a product specialist with the excavators for Caterpillar, and I'm here to introduce the new 319 compact radius machine. The 319 is a brand new compact radius model in our lineup. These types of machines with the shorter tail swing, and it's certainly not new to Caterpillar's lineup. We've got an extensive lineup of them throughout the industry, but what is new is the 19-ton machine for us. We've traditionally had 315 and a 325, so that 15-ton segment in the industry is a huge volume in the industry, as well as the 25-ton. Talking to customers and understanding their needs on their job sites, we heard that there's an opportunity for a machine in between. So this is a brand new machine for us in that 46 to 48,000 pound size range, and we feel that that is going to meet a lot of the needs of contractors in what they do on sites. A lot of times they're working in very congested sites. Popular application for this type of machine would certainly be road construction, underground utility applications, working in urban environments, space-restricted job sites, and to have a high-performance, powerful machine with a very small footprint, compact radius rear on the machine. We're certainly excited about bringing that to the market. Also the versatility in the machine. Okay? To have a machine that is in this size and can work on constrained job sites and be able to do large amounts of work, a lot of very good lifting, very good performance-wise, certainly a lot of work tool capability. You'll see on the front of this machine is actually our Caterpillar tilt rotator, which integrated in the machine works with the technology and provides a lot of versatility at the end of the day for contractors. Also, it is very configurable. So the configurability of this machine, from being able to have a blade on the machine, full auxiliary hydraulics, rubber track pads to help contractors work whether they're in the street, whether they're out on hard packed ground, provides excellent versatility to meet various needs of their job. So that's our 319 excavator, compact radius machine, loaded up with versatility, integrated technology such as grade, payload, e-fence, and a whole host of others, working with work tools that are integrated, working full 3D as this machine's set up. So come on down and check the machine out here in the booth. We've got our 319 out here at ConExpo.
One of the most exciting things happening this week at ConExpo is the Global Operator Challenge out at the Caterpillar booth in the festival lot. Winners from all across the country competed to see who was the very best of the best, and they're going to put on a show for everyone at day one of ConExpo. Our team met with the winners. Here's what they had to say.
put the work in and believe in myself, and with the backing of my family and my dealer and everyone, you can achieve. You can achieve, yeah. It's been 3 years in the making, a lot of hard work, revision, late nights, early mornings, but it's worth it, 100%.
You can see anything closer. We utilize trade with our dozer. More efficiency, more productivity. Again, folks, if you're just joining us, this is Nikolai Thompson from Denmark. Just a little bit. And now, for the moment that we've all been waiting for, and the winner goes to Brian Hayden. Well done.
There are so many exciting things happening this week in Las Vegas, and last night we got to visit the Las Vegas Motor Speedway with Mack Trucks. Mack Trucks unveiled the brand new Mack Keystone Class 8 vocational tractor and the redesigned Mack Granite vocational trucks. Mack is one of North America's largest producers of heavy-duty trucks, and they had a lot to live up to with these launches. The Keystone not only combines terrain versatility with the latest advancements in driver comfort, safety, technology, and Mack's legendary durability, while the Granite has evolved with customer demands to feature an all-new cab, cutting-edge safety technologies, enhanced driver comfort, and industry-first features designed to set a new standard in the vocational segment. You can learn more about the launch in the South Hall visiting the Mack Trucks booth or visit macktrucks.com. That is a wrap for day one of ConExpo. Make sure you are joining us all week long for the latest news from Las Vegas.